To a point.
Okay, so do I. And normally you only get these certain abilities after being reincarnated. So basically what had happened is ever since I left that hospital that day, things were just different. Things were incredibly different. So the first instance a long time ago, it was probably about last year or the year before that. My hand, this was back when I was still in school, still going to school, my hand began to hurt really, really bad. Like my ring finger knuckle was smashed in. Like it wasn't even there anymore. And I kept telling my dad every day that, or not every day, but that day, going to the store and everything like that, that my hand hurt, and I just really wish my hand would quit hurting. It hurts so damn bad. Well, the very next day, my hand did not hurt anymore, and then I looked on an Instagram of one of my friends from school, and he apparently punched the corner of a wall, and that ring finger knuckle on his left hand was smashed in. So that was the first instance. The second one was my sister. One day I woke up and my rib cage felt like it was fractured or broken. It was very hard to breathe, and I didn't know exactly what was going on. The same as before, I was telling my dad, my ribs really hurt, Dad. He offered to take me to the doctor, and I didn't go. Long story short, the very next day, my sister called my dad and told him that she was in a car accident that exact day, and she broke her ribs and fractured them.
Well, that's crazy.
Then the next one is, hold on, let me start up a mission here so we're not just sitting here talking jibber jabber here. Hold on. We're gonna do If the Hat Fits.
I'm not even in there. I'm playing this.
Oh, well, Tyler, are you still here? Am I by myself?
I think so.
Oh, well, damn. Ain't that about a bee? Oh, well. Long story short, though, the next instance, I don't understand fully, but, it was about my uncle, and it felt like someone was drawing blood from my arm, and I was sitting at my house playing video games, and my arm, like right where you get blood drawn in the crack of your arm, it just started hurting so bad, like someone just pricked me with a needle. So a couple days go by, and then I talked to my uncle, and he told me that he got blood drawn, but the lady did it wrong, and they had to put it back in. So that's where that came from, and I also felt someone cut their wrist open, across a little bit closer to the crack of their arm, not quite near their wrist, where the wrist bends, and
It's alright, baby.
Basically what happened is a couple days later, I meet someone on PlayStation that tried to kill themselves because they missed their mother, and they hated life and everything like that.
It's crazy.
The next one was another blood drawn, but this time it was Quick Pick's dad getting blood drawn, and apparently they cut his arm with a needle. And I felt that as well, and I don't know why. I also
So
continuously feel people stepping on shards of glass or whatever. Or stepping on nails. It's really weird. But I also felt someone swallow a shard of glass. And
so you're gonna start feeling all my rib pain I have from getting crushed.
I don't know. I
Be weird,
mean,
wouldn't it?
my ribs were. It was hard to breathe a couple days ago. So
That's weird.
I'm gonna assume that it might have been you because it normally leads up to a conversation or an instance where we end up starting talking about it. So it might my ribs hurting a couple days ago and it was hard to breathe. It might have been the fact that it was leading up to this conversation now.
That's crazy.
So basically, I felt that, and one of the worst ones that I have actually ever felt, and this was before Quick Picks, Dad getting blood drawn, and I actually was having a hard time breathing a couple days ago as well, before this conversation also, and apparently Quick Pick's dad was in the hospital because he could not breathe. So, his dad's home now, and I'm glad he's okay. But yeah, basically, long story short, this next instance was the worst experience of my life, and the most traumatic experience that I will never look at a woman the same way again. And I mean that.
Oh yeah. Why?
Yeah. Because I was sitting, and my dad will vouch for me. My dad will vouch for me because he was doing taxes and everything. And I was sitting in the living room with the PlayStation hooked up here. And I was listening to a meditation thing. Like the third eye channeling, stuff like that. All of a sudden, I get this overwhelming sensation of, viewers be warned, this might be graphic in detail, but I apologize. I'm sitting there with my legs crossed, listening to the meditation with my headphones on. He's in the kitchen doing taxes. All of a sudden, I feel my heart race. Okay? I feel my heart race as if I was like doing something dirty, like having sex. And I felt someone grab my left, like, pec or man tit or whatever you want to call it. And I felt the thrust of where a dick or a vagina should be on a woman's body, on my body. I felt the entire experience. I felt the pulsate, the thrust of the penis, the cum shooting out, warming the woman's insides, and her heart pounding, and the regret. And I heard the words, "Did you just come in me? I'm not on birth control."
What?
I felt everything, and I am not a she-male. I am not a hermaphrodite. I was not born with both genders. Okay? So when you're sitting there with your legs crossed meditating, and all of a sudden you feel the thrust of a cock go up inside you where a vagina should be, and then come, and you feel the warmth and the heart race and everything, you think a lot more differently.
Oh man.
Yeah, I know, it's funny. It's really funny thinking about that and hearing about it. It really is. I'm not gonna deny it. It's funny. But it's true. It's what happened. It really happened.
Was your dad right there?
He was right there. He was sitting right
say?
in the kitchen at the kitchen table doing taxes. I immediately jumped out and I told him, "Dad, I think someone just got pregnant. I think someone just regretted a decision they just made." And he said, "What the hell are you talking about?" son. And I'm like, you remember when I told you about when I knew that Tab broke her ribs, my sister broke her ribs, and my best friend breaking his hand? And he's like, yeah? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I just felt someone get nut in. And till this day, I will never look at another woman the same way again. I have a better understanding now of the dread and regret that a woman goes through when they're not ready, and the fear. It was so traumatic, dude. I can't even tell you. And these instances continue to happen at random times. I get random pains on my body, and later I find out someone did such and such, or somebody did such and such.
That's crazy.
And basically, in the long run, I've even predicted the future with astro projection and telekinesis, telepathy. All of that stuff is possible. I've done it. I can do it. I gave someone a nosebleed at my school because they were annoying me, and I focused so hard. Give them a nosebleed, give them a nosebleed, give them a nosebleed, and it happened. They got a nosebleed,
Really?
they had to go to the nurse's office, and they had to, they basically had to have a piece of tissue in their nose. But I got my peace and quiet because I was trying to do my schoolwork. So ever since I left that hospital, I've been able to do these things and everything like that.
Damn.
So I won't ever look at a woman the same, and I have a better understanding. That's why most people, most guys, I mean most younger guys, are like, let's have sex. And that's all that's on their mind. But after I felt that, I soon realized, dude, it's not about sex. A relationship's not about sex. It's about communication with the person you love. Yeah, it's nice to do and stuff like that, but you gotta have that general understanding and communication to enjoy life together, to have a basic understanding of one another, to become one with your partner. And till this day, I've had these powers, psychic abilities.
Are they good or bad?
Oh, dude, some of them are straight up painful. Like, yesterday, I couldn't walk. I could not walk at all.
Yeah.
For no reason at all. And I realized that it was my dad or someone else I knew. Because my dad has this thing. He has like, what is it? Needles in his ankle or something? Like, spurs, bone spurs or whatever. And it's excruciating and whatnot.
Yeah.
He had those and he was having trouble walking. And I was feeling that, and I couldn't fucking walk, dude.
Yeah.
I felt someone's face go numb from a stroke, and I know I haven't had a stroke because I've had an MRI, and I'm a vegetarian, and I get all the proper vitamins and nutrients I need. Okay, so I felt someone swallow a shard of glass or something sharp. And I could like smell the blood that they were smelling in their nose and in their throat. And I'm perfectly fine. I am 100% perfectly fine. I'm healthy.
Yeah.
I don't put things in my body that don't belong in there and everything like that. So I know I'm not the one that's batshit crazy. But these things continue to happen, and there was one time a Jesus photo flew off my wall as well.
A what?
A Jesus photo flew off my wall.
So do you see ghosts and shit too?
No, I mean, I have, but I want to note right now, everyone, I don't have schizophrenia, okay? I know there's a lot of mental illnesses that make you see things, okay? I really do. And I feel horrible for those people that have it, because sometimes it makes it hard to live. But people know, even scientific people right now know so little about other dimensions or alternate realities or heaven and hell or anything like that. People know so little about it until they actually experience it themselves.
Yeah.
So I'm not schizophrenic. I know that for a fact. I've looked at my medical background. None of my family members have it. And I am perfectly healthy.
That's bullshit.
And basically it just continues to go on. I mean, I don't know what else to say about it. I feel other people's emotional pain. I can feel their desires, their wants. I can even tell if someone's lusting after me or masturbating.
What?
Yeah. I'm not kidding. I'm telling you the honest truth, man. I'm just a human. I am literally a human being.
Yeah.
I'm just a human being. I'm an average Joe person. I'm a human. Okay? But I'm not lying to you.
Yeah. So
There are things out in the world that people have no idea about or understand or could even comprehend. Religion was made to help people that could not understand the very basic of truth.
Yeah.
Now, you can call me batshit crazy, you can call me loony. I'm dedicating this entire episode to talking about this because all of this stuff, what I'm telling you, is true.
Yeah.
I have felt people get raped or have sex for the first time. I've felt their virginity being lost, the pain, everything. At random times. Just a couple days ago, you know that pain when you hit your elbow on something and it's like static electricity? I was just standing there just fine, and then all of a sudden it felt like someone just smacked the back of my elbow with a hammer. Or hit it on the back of a wall, and it felt like someone literally just hit their elbow.
Hey man, I gotta get off of here.
Alright.
I'll be back maybe later tonight.
But it's really weird. I apologize for creeping any of you out. But I'm not joking, man. Boys and girls, I really ain't. The unknown, the very unknown, is what scares us the most. But the moment you are no longer afraid, things begin to happen. And I am happy with my life. It's a pain in the butt sometimes to feel the things that I feel, but I'd rather feel it and understand them than be ignorant and judgmental. That being said, I apologize. I really do. I apologize to all the viewers that are watching this right now. But I'm telling the truth. It's a real thing. Being psychic, yeah, there's a lot of wannabe fake people out there. But they do exist. Psychic people do exist. So that's a little bit more about me, everyone. I'm a reincarnated soul, and it's not a new age belief, and even if it is, I'm not a new ager. I don't know what will happen later in life. I don't have no clue. I go with the wind, I go with the water. Water can flow or crash. Same with wind.
Wind doesn't crash. It just flows.
No, wind does crash. When it hits a wall, it creates an impact, which means it can crash and it can knock things down, or it could make an indentation in whatever it is hitting. Depending on how much wind pressure there is, yes, it is very possible that wind can crash. The same thing with water. You just learned something new, didn't you?
Yeah, give me that.
Hey, I've been waiting for you. I've been riding around just talking about this stuff.
Yeah, I'm not curious, man.
Also, when the Jesus photo flew off the wall, it was a very old and misconcepted photo of him. And the photo's no longer in the house anymore. But it had a lot of negative energy to it. Another witness is my friends. Some of my friends. I'm also, I think, going deaf in one of my ears. I'm not entirely sure. I feel like it. I don't know. So in other words, people love everyone you meet, regardless if they're nasty to you. That is what I'm gonna say for this this video. Be kind, regardless of how nasty they are, regardless of how mad they make you. The only person that can truly make you mad is you. You're choosing to get mad at the person, without ever understanding why they are or doing the things that they do. To truly be so-called, what the cool kids say, woke, none of them are actually woke. to be truly self-aware and enlightened is to understand everything, no matter what. Even the Buddhist will tell you this. The monks up in the mountains, even they will tell you. Everything has a life force. It's been proven by science. Same thing with chi. But it is also a matter of force. If you force that force, kind of like Newton's law, exactly like Newton's law. Newton's law says an object that goes in motion or is pushed into motion stays in motion. So it basically goes with everything else. But yeah, I understand that I am a reincarnated soul. And most of the time when you're reincarnated, it is to make up for something that you've done in the past. I don't know why the universe brought me back fully. I don't know or understand why or what I did. But what I do know is everything that I can do now, the sounds I can make, everything is a blessing. And regardless if I lose this life, I hope I can do them all in the next life, if not better than ever. To basically understand it. It's a complicated measure. I know all of this will probably make you think I'm crazy, but I'm 100% honest with you. I'm 100% honest with everyone.
I'm trying to do something. Trying to do something.
I honestly don't know if God is dead or not either. I just say that because hell scares me. And so does heaven. To be around a guy that could snap his fingers and erase you from existence freaks me out. So unless I talk to the man himself personally, don't talk about him. Just leave him out of my life. If he helps me, he helps me. If he doesn't, he doesn't. If he does exist, if he doesn't exist, doesn't matter to me. I don't care. As long as everyone else is happy. That's all that matters to me. And that is my message for the day. Regardless if a person is sad or happy, make them smile. Do a kind act. It's not even about doing good and good things will come back to you. It's not about karma, because karma to me doesn't exist either. It's just about being cool. If you can do one thing a day to just brighten up a stranger's life, put a smile on their face to make them laugh regardless of how you dress, if you're cosplaying and you take a picture with them, it doesn't matter. Do it. Help them. One random act of kindness. That's all you needed to do. And don't make fun of people with mental illnesses either. Because you really can't judge them at all. Because you don't know their background, you don't know what goes through their mind. A transgender got mad at me a couple days ago. And, or not a couple days ago, like a couple weeks ago. Maybe a week or two ago. But she got mad at me because she thought I was making fun of them. And, I wasn't, I was just explaining that people that want to be an opposite sex, they have a mental illness. It's called gender dysphoria. Regardless, no matter how much you want to be a woman or not.
Didn't she call you dumbass?
She did.
Like
she called me a dumbass. You're right, Tyler. She did. So guys out there, ladies and gentlemen, don't make fun of someone that's gay or bisexual or transgender, because you don't know what goes through their mind, man. They could be cool ass people. They really could. But at the same time, for transgenders and people that have like I just said it previously.
I got some bad news. I killed a deer for you, but the thing didn't want to come with you because it drowned.
Regardless of the situation, everyone, don't make fun of transgenders. I wouldn't say accept them either. You can really do whatever you want. But it is a mental illness. It is called gender dysphoria. And I believe people should be more aware about it. It's not a bad thing, but it's not a good thing. Regardless if you have surgery or not, you're still the same gender. That being said, it goes for people with schizophrenia and other mental illnesses and stuff like that. Don't make fun of them. Oh, you want to try to shoot me? You want to try to shoot me, boy? I don't even have a gun out. You shoot an unarmed man. That's dishonorable. Alright, now we're going to have to light him up here. Hold up. But yeah. Don't make fun of a transgender at all, because they themselves, it's a mental illness. It's no different than bipolar or schizophrenia or personality disorders. So just be mindful of the situation. Try to understand where they're coming from. Don't accept it if you don't want to. You don't have to. But it is a disability. Most transgenders don't actually know that. They really don't. They don't know that it is actually a mental illness. And that's why that girl got mad at me, or that dudette, or she-male, or whoever it was, playing Red Dead with us, got mad at me. She didn't know. But I looked it up, and I also studied and done my research, and it is gender dysphoria. It's no different than other mental illnesses. You gotta be mindful. You don't have to accept them. I don't, because when you're born in the gender that you're born in, and it's never gonna change it regardless if you have surgery. So that being said, we'll get into the game here, and I'll shut up and start yelling at people for shooting me. But yeah, just stay mindful. To be self-aware, to understand, is to be truly loving. There's things in my life that I want that I probably won't have in this life. So I want to do as much good as I can in this life, the next life, all the way until the end of time.
Get out of here.
I want to do my best to make everyone else happy and to make everyone else smile. Sir, I'm trying to talk here. Can you please not and say we did? Is that the same person shooting? Screw you, dude. You want to shoot at me? Pretty sure that was the same guy. Oh wait, I'm not turning it in yet.
No, you're not in the posse, right?
What?
Yeah, your posse's not made.
Oh, I can't actually even, everyone I can probably guarantee is probably gonna think I'm crazy for everything I said, but it's true. And I don't mind it. I'd rather be able to understand than be an ignorant fool and make fun of everyone. Are you smoking, sir?
Mm-mm.
Why are you coughing?
If I knew, I wouldn't be coughing.
So you have no idea.
No.
You really have no idea why you're coughing.
Yeah.
You might have asthma.
Probably.
Have you,
I had it once before.
Did you?
Yeah, as a little kid.
It said that asthma can come back as an adult. That's what happened to me. I have asthma now. Yeah. I'm gonna end this video here. I hope you all have a wonderful night or day. So good night, sweet dreams, or good morning, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Hugs, love, and light to you as an enlightenment. And I will see you all in the next video. Peace. And also because of science. Also because science. Science is awesome and science rules. And it always will.